Good evening, guys. Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be what I call further curation or declutter of some of my makeup products. It's not going to be a massive declutter. I'm not going back to having a super small minimalist collection or anything like that, but it's just something I felt like I needed to do. I have been filming declutters on my other channel if you're interested in that, but I wanted to post a declutter on this channel because a direction that I feel like I'm going to be going in more so in 2025, as I discussed in my last video, is low buy, no buy. So I thought it was fitting for this channel as well. I'm going to be doing things like envelope cash stuffing and budgeting videos and things like that, and just maybe even like some grocery type hauls and showing you guys what I have been purchasing and updating you as to how the low buy or no buy is going, especially with the recent tariffs placed on Canada and the retaliatory tariffs and stuff like that. It just feels like definitely the right time. I mean, I decided to do this before all of this happened, but it definitely feels like a great time to be paying a little bit more attention to the budget. And without further ado, let's get into today's declutter video. All right, guys, good evening. This video is very random. It's kind of coming out of left field, but I have this urge to do further declutter. For those of you who are interested in budgeting type stuff and low buy, no buy type stuff, I will be starting envelope cash stuffing, and I'm really excited to do that, and I will share that with you guys as well. The idea of envelope cash stuffing is relatively new to me. I tried it once last year and it didn't go very well. As you guys know, I failed my low buy, no buy last year, but I just feel like I'm in a very different mindset this year as compared to last year, and I feel ready for truly just being a little bit more frugal with things. And yeah, so I, discovered the world of makeup end of last summer, realized that I actually really enjoyed indulging in and trying all of these different makeup products. I still don't want to have a minimalist makeup collection. I'm not ready to go back there yet. I really like all the products I have and stuff like that, but I just have this urge to do a little bit more of a declutter, and especially when it comes to things I absolutely know I will not be, there's no way I'm going to hit pan on some of these things before the expiry date comes up, and I would rather minimize a little bit and focus on the ones that I love the most. So that is what today's video is. I'm going to do a little bit of a further declutter of my makeup here and kind of wherever else this video takes me. By the way, the lighting is not going to be perfect because I am doing this later at night and the sun has already gone down. So as you can see, I have pulled all of my blushes out of my blush drawer here. This is my blush drawer. So I pulled them all out, and I do also have 5 bronzers, which isn't really bad. I don't know, I could declutter my bronzers, but I only have 5, and I still haven't, I kind of like all of them. So bronzer I don't think really needs to be decluttered at this point in time. But yeah, definitely the blushes, I have 20 of them, and I feel like I can probably get rid of 1 or 2 for sure. And yeah, we'll just see what else we can get into tonight, what other kind of trouble we can get into. So as I mentioned, I have 20 blushes, and realistically, I am not going to get to the bottom of all of these or any of them before they go bad, having 20 blushes. Even if I cut this in half, even if I literally got rid of half of these blushes, I still will not hit pan on or use up all of those blushes before they go bad. Yeah, it's just not realistic. I mean, even if I was to have 3 blushes or 4 blushes, that would still take me a very long time to go through, especially some of the ones like these L'Oreal Lumi liquid blushes, because you just need such little product to get the end result. This is just going to last forever. They're kind of like the Rare Beauty blushes in that way. They just last forever. So what it's going to come down to, I think, is keeping my most used ones that bring me the most joy, ones that are the most reached for. Unfortunately, some of them are kind of new to me, so I don't really haven't had them long enough to know if they're going to be reached for the most or whatever. Yeah, so we're going to do process of elimination, pulling out my favorites and narrowing it down to the ones that I do not reach for the most or don't think I'm going to reach for the most. So yeah, let's get at it. Again, this is not going to be a huge declutter because I really like a lot of the blushes that are sitting here in front of me. And as I pull out my favorites, I'm just going to put them right back in the drawer. So one of my all-time favorites is the Hourglass blush. This is the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Blush in the shade Sublime Flush, and it looks like this. I absolutely love this blush. It's a really pretty neutral pink because it has little bits of coral and little bits of cool pink. So we are going to keep that one for sure. We're also going to hang on to my NARS Orgasm. This is a favorite blush of mine. That is what NARS Orgasm looks like. It's a beautiful peachy pink and it has a gold fleck in it, and it's very, very pretty. You'll see on my hand looks a little bit pinky peach because I have been swatching a couple of these tonight already. So we are going to hold on to my little mini NARS Orgasm for sure. Another one that's jumping out at me, we are going to definitely hold on to my Lawless Angel. The Pinch My Cheeks Soft Blur Cream Blush in the shade Angel. This is what... trying to find good lighting here for you guys. That's what Angel looks like. It's a very pretty, like neutral, kind of a rosy nude pink, I guess. It's very, very pretty. It's such a flawless, beautiful color, and I love the formula. The formula goes on like a cream and blends into a powder. This is really, really pretty. I do reach for it pretty frequently, and it's just really nice. So good color, nice formula. Another one that is a favorite that I just reach for if I don't know what to put on, it's just the first one I think about when I'm like, okay, I just need an easy, quick makeup and I don't know what to put on, is the Physician Formula, this Mosaic blush. Is that what it's called? I don't even know if that's what it's called. I just call it a Mosaic blush, but it's called the Multicolored Blush, and it's in the shade Blushing Peach. And this is what it looks like. The packaging is a little cheaper compared to some of the other blushes in my collection, but this is what it looks like. And when you blend all the colors together, you get basically a very subtle nude peach shade. And it's very light, it's very neutral, it's easy to blend out, it always looks nice. It's kind of a barely there, like no makeup kind of a blush. It's really, really nice. So I do appreciate that one, and I reach for it all the time. Another one that I really like, there's a few jumping out at me here that I really like. This one here is pretty new to me. I'm not gonna lie, I pretty much bought it for the packaging. It's absolutely beautiful gold YSL packaging with this really pretty pink leather face on it, and the color of the leather on these blushes actually matches the shade of the blush. So the shade that I have here in this YSL blush is the shade Make Me Blush, I think, or is it the Make Me Blush blush? I don't know. That is the color there. It's just a really pretty light neutral pink, very soft. Looks like that. Very, very soft color. Just like a nice everyday. The powder is really nice, like the formula is really pretty. The packaging is amazing. It kind of snaps shut, and it's just really nice. So I do really like that. It's one of my nicest blushes I have in my entire collection, I think. Another one that I love and have reached for a ton, especially after I first got it, I was wearing it all the time, is my Makeup Forever, and this is the Artist Blush in the shade Joyful Pink. Joyful Pink is a really nice, subtly shimmery, peachy pink. It's almost a little bit like NARS Orgasm, but the gold that's in here is more finely milled, and it's not as obvious. So it does have like a nice glow to the skin, but it's not glittery or shimmery the way NARS Orgasm tends to be. It's a little bit less shimmery than that, but this is such a beautiful, again, easy, perfect, everyday peachy pink. And I really like the formula of that as well, so we're going to hold on to that for sure. Honestly, just those blushes I would be fine with. This one here is another new favorite. Yeah, I guess that's the point of trying new blushes out and trying out new things, is you figure out what works for you, you figure out what your favorites are, what flatters you the most, and you narrow it down, right? So this is the Laura Mercier. This is the blush color infusion in the shade Passion Fruit. This again is a beautiful peachy pink, just a very pretty, understated. This one does not have much of a shimmer to it. However, it does leave your skin looking sort of airbrushed and lightly illuminated, but this is even less like glowy or shimmery than the Makeup Forever. So if you're going in terms of like most glittery to least, you would have NARS Orgasm, Makeup Forever, and then this one. They're similar, but yeah, and this one is such a nice, soft, beautiful, finely milled powder, and look at that shine, you guys. I mean, it just looks so beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful blush. It's such a nice light color. I love this passion fruit color, and the formula is amazing. The formula reminds me of her finishing powders, so if you're a fan of the Laura Mercier finishing powders, you're going to be a fan of her blushes too, I think. Love this blush. Great everyday choice. Another one that I absolutely love that is a beautiful color for me is actually one of the Kosas ones. And this is the Kosas Blush is Life. And this is in the shade Dreamland. And this is what Dreamland looks like. It is a really pretty neutral, kind of a rosy shade. It's a neutral light rosy, kind of like almost peachy shade. It's just gorgeous. Again, it's kind of like a barely there, no makeup kind of a blush. Great choice if I don't know what to wear. Reminds me a little bit of the Lawless Angel. It's kind of along that line. So that's what we have so far. I think I'd be very happy, but I would lust for a little bit more variety, perhaps. I'm not sure. Okay. Another one. See, we're really narrowing it down because as I'm looking here, excuse me, I think those are my most reached for blushes and these are my least reached for blushes. But a couple of them are new to me. Okay, where do I begin? I see a couple that I feel like I'm going to let go of. The first one that I'm definitely going to let go of here is the L'Oreal Infallible Fresh Wear blush. This is in the shade Fearless Coral. And I'll see if I can open it without putting the camera down. This is an absolutely beautiful color and it's a beautiful blush, but it is very, very pigmented. You do not need very much. It tends to be a lot. You can very easily go overboard with this blush. And because of that, I don't reach for it as much as my other ones. I like something that's a little bit more buildable, not something that I'm potentially going to apply way too much. For some reason, I tend to go in with a heavier hand with blushes. This is really nice. I'm sure I can find somebody who would take this off my hands. So I am going to let go of this one. And what I do with all of my makeup, I either give it away to people who want it, give it to friends and family, or if somebody wants to purchase something off of me, I also do that. So this is going to go. Another one that I am going to get rid of is one that I just know I am not going to reach for because it is a cream formulation, one of the cream formulations, and it's a stick blush, and I'm just not a huge fan of stick blushes. I do not reach for them over my powder. If I have a choice, I'm always going for powder. This is a beautiful blush, but I kind of bought it on impulse, and I never reach for it because it's just too finicky for me. I prefer powder or liquid over creams. So this is the Nude Stick Nudies Blooms blush in the shade Peach, Sweet Peach Peony. And this is a lovely, lovely color. I think I got it because I specifically wanted a peach blush, and it is very, very pretty. It's a little bit more on the warm side. It's not so much of a peachy pink. It's definitely more of a peach. It's very nice, but I'm not as likely to reach for and use this one. Over my other formulations. I prefer a liquid, and I just do not reach for it. It's a beautiful color, and I'm kind of like swatching it on my finger. It makes me want to keep it, but I do not reach for it. So I'm going to see if my daughter wants that one. All right. When it comes to the Lumi liquid blushes, I actually really like the Lumi liquid. Both of them are very pretty. I have two colors here. This is the L'Oreal Lumi liquid blush. This one is in the shade Dewy Bright Pink. This one here is in the shade Worth It. And these are beautiful colors. I actually like both of them. Worth It is a little bit more of a nude peachy kind of shade, and then the Dewy Bright Pink is actually not even super bright. It's just a really nice everyday, like very pink blush. So if I want something that's more on that pink side, this is a great one compared to something like the L'Oreal, which is just kind of intense and I can apply too much. This one is very pigmented. Just one dot will do your entire cheek. So you definitely do have to go a little bit lighter with them, but I still prefer them over the L'Oreal Infallible. And they blend out like a dream. I really like both of them. I've worn both of them and I do like them, so I'm going to keep both of those for now. Another one that looks beautiful on, it's kind of expensive. I haven't really worn it much since I've gotten it just because the color is a little different for me. It's not an easy go-to color, is actually my Patrick Ta. So this is the Patrick Ta for face. This is the cream and powder duo, and I have the shade Just Enough. So this is the Just Enough shade. This is a very blue-based pink, and this is a beautiful formula. It blends out really nicely. I do really like that bright blue Barbie type of color, and I just don't reach for it, I think, because it's winter, and I don't feel like it's a good winter color for some reason. I think it's going to be very nice in summer. It's kind of that bright, vibrant, happy pink, and I really like this what the heck is it called, technique of putting the powder first and the cream second. I actually really like it, and I think it gives a beautiful finish. So I'm going to hold on to this. It was also pricey. I do like this one, and I am going to hold on to it. We'll see how much use I get out of it during the summertime. Another one that is similar to that is this bright blue pink, is this Cali Ray Blurry Blush in the shade Epic. I really like this. It's very pretty. It's very pigmented. It has a really nice powdery texture to it. Even though it is a liquid, it kind of goes on like a blurring powder in a sense. So I think the name Blurry Blush is appropriate. Really pigmented, little goes a long way. I also think the packaging is really cute. This one I do like. I haven't had it long enough to have a formed opinion. I don't reach for it much. It's pretty new though. I got it in December, so I'm gonna hold on to that one for now. All right, so I actually just took a break and went to the bathroom and put on a little bit of foundation, and then tried one of these blushes that I wasn't sure about. And that blush that I was not sure about, that I am going to be keeping, it's beautiful actually, and I don't know why I don't wear it more often, is the Bare Minerals Bronzer. And this is in the shade Kiss of Pink. And that is what the Kiss of Pink bronzer looks like. This is essentially just a really beautiful kind of dusting of almost a bronze looking light pink, but it's not brown and it's not too bronzy and it's not like dark or anything, and you can't really use it to contour or anything like that. But if you wanted to get away with just wearing blush with no bronzer, I mean, you can do it with any blush. You don't have to wear bronzer at all. And I don't always wear bronzer every single day. I've kind of gotten in the habit of wearing bronzer every day, but you certainly don't have to. I really like sort of the vintage, almost Parisian look of just, you know, nice complexion, nice eyes, blush, and lipstick if you so choose. And anyway, this is a great one for just, again, everyday makeup, easy grab and go. It's a beautiful shade. I'll put it on my finger to show you guys what it looks like. That is what it looks like. It's just a really pretty, like slightly bronzy, slightly warmer, with almost a golden touch, but not really, and not really shimmery, just very, very pretty and looks very natural on the skin. So I will definitely be holding on to this. One that I think I probably should just get rid of because I can't see myself reaching for it. I kind of got it because it was like almost a bit of a fad, and I don't know, but part of me wants to keep it and try it one day because I also haven't had it that long, is the NYX Buttermelt blush, and it is in this really fun shade called The Sooner the Butter, and it is this like orangey golden shade, and it's very orangey golden. It looks more intense in the package than it does actually on the finger. On the skin, it's a little more subtle. I don't know. It's really new to me. I have not even tried like wearing it out of the house yet. I've just put it on in the evening at home in the comfort of my own home, but I haven't done a full face and left the house with it. But it's such a like bizarre shade of blush. I don't know. I don't know that I would like it, but I also haven't tried it. It might be beautiful for summer. I don't know. You know what? I'm going to hold on to it for a little bit longer. I'm going to try wearing it one of these days, maybe on a day when I have nothing to do in case it looks crazy, and just wear it around the house and see how I feel. Yeah, I'll try it because I've only tried it in the comfort of my own home. It's too soon to judge, but I really am leaning that, you know, it might not be a very heavily reached for product. Another product I'm going to keep that's actually a beautiful color, and I just have to get myself to wear it more often. I'd never think to wear it. I never wear it, is the Milani Baked Blush, and this is in the shade Berry Amour. Now, despite the name Berry Amour and despite the color that you see here, which looks like a cool pink with brown shimmer, this is actually a beautiful light, kind of a nude shade. It does have a bit of a berry tone to it though. Like it's definitely got a little bit of a rosy berry tone, but it's quite neutral and quite like everyday wearable. It's a really pretty blush, and I do not know why I don't reach for it. I think because it looks cooler than it is, and the name Berry makes me think of cool, and I don't usually wear a lot of cool blushes, so, but it is pretty and I need to make myself wear it. Another one that I'm going to hold on to that is a beautiful color and beautiful blush, beautiful formula, is the Kosas Blushes Life. This one is in the shade Bliss. I'm not going to swatch this for you, but this is just a beautiful, basic, everyday peachy pink. Like super easy to wear, easy to blend, beautiful formula. Holding on to that one. And I'm debating about my Essence blushes because I really hate the super cheap packaging. I haven't been reaching for them as much just because the packaging is so cheap. And I don't know, I don't like that this is rubbing off. They're really nice blushes though. They're really nice formulas. So those are the two Essence blushes I have. We have Shimmery Rose and Pretty Peach. So Shimmery Rose is that. I mean, that's a beautiful color. Like it's such a nice light dusting of pink and it has a little bit of a sheen to it. And then the peach is just more peachy. Both very nice. I don't know. They're really nice formulas. Okay, I'm going to hold on to the essences. I do reach for them. Like, I haven't reached for them lately, but there was a point when I wore these like almost every day for, I don't know, a couple weeks. So those are both nice. We will hold on to the Essence for now. I guess that's it. So that is it for blushes. So I'm holding on to 18 blushes, which seems like a lot, but for me, I don't feel like it is too much. I feel like I've got a nice variety here. I feel like there's a couple that might end up going, like the Buttermelt might end up going if I don't like that bright orange kind of hue. Yeah, and then I guess we'll just revisit in, 2 or 3 months. All right. Revisiting my foundation drawer. There is one foundation here that I'm sure I'm going to let go of. I did just do a declutter and I think I let go of, I don't know, a couple foundations. It wasn't that many. All right, one that is going to go for sure is the Tier Cushion Foundation. This foundation went viral. A lot of people seem to like it. I wanted to try it. It wasn't very expensive. I ordered it from Stylovana. With these looming tariffs that are coming to Canada, I have no idea how expensive it's going to be to order things from places like Stylovana and stuff like that because, yeah. But anyway, this is the Tier, and this is the Mask Fit Red Cushion, and I have the shade 13N Fair Ivory. So this is what it looks like. It comes with this little sponge applicator, of course. It's like a nice kind of a, I don't know, silicone-y feeling, almost sponge. And then you open it up and the foundation is underneath. And this is actually a pretty good shade match for me. It might be a little bit on the ashy side. I don't love the application of this. I will say it's a beautiful formula. I find it drying though. Like when I put it on my skin, I do find it very drying. And I don't love the application of it. Like I don't love using this little sponge. I find it difficult to get around the crevices of my face, like around my nose, around my eyes. It's just not an enjoyable experience for me in putting this on. It's pretty much brand new. It is nice. My skin is very dry. I need something more hydrating. I notice that every time I wear this, my skin feels quite dry. And I have worn it probably 4 or 5 times now just to like really, see how I feel. And I just prefer some of the more hydrating types of foundations that I have. So this I'm going to pass on. I'm sure that there's somebody out there who would like to maybe try that, although I don't know how hygienic it is, being that you dip it into the cushion. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe somebody out there who isn't squeamish or doesn't care about my facial microbiome would like to try the Tier, but this is gonna go. All right, I feel like that might be it for now with the foundations because I just did a declutter and you know what? I'm really liking that everything fits right now. I'm really liking that literally everything fits perfectly in my drawer. I can see everything I have and I have 4, 8, 12, 16 foundations. Not gonna go through all of them before they go expired, but this one I don't use. This is the House Labs Triclone in 000 Fair Neutral. The point of this is to mix it in with foundations that are a little dark. I pretty much never use it, but I did try it the other day with I think it was the Patrick Star One Size, which by the way, I don't have anymore. I gave it to my daughter. That one is a little too drying for me and the shade is just a little dark. Anyways, I didn't like how this felt with the Patrick Star One Size. It just wasn't didn't love it that much. But I think it will still come in handy. The thing about the House Labs is the formula is gorgeous. It's hydrating. It has a realistic skin-like finish. It just looks beautiful. And a problem I do have is finding foundations that are light enough for me. A lot of times, even the lightest shades in the ranges are still too dark. So that is going to be a great one. Even, for example, I actually just picked up the other day the L'Oreal Lumi Le Glow tint in the shade 100 Cool. This stuff is beautiful, by the way, if you're looking for something that's a little bit like Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Filter, but less, it's not as glowy, I don't think, as the Flawless Filter. It's almost more like a tinted moisturizer kind of thing. It's very nice, but I did notice this oxidized just a touch throughout the day, and at the end of the day was a little darker than I would have liked it to be, as with most foundations. So I feel like mixing the House Labs with the Lumi Le Glow would be really nice. So I'm gonna hold on to this for now. I don't use it a lot, but that is a problem I have, is, you know, finding the right foundation shade. So I'm gonna hold on to it just for a little bit longer. Nothing else really jumps out at me besides maybe the Dior. As I told you guys in my last declutter video, this Dior, something about it, I don't know if I think it's just a shade thing. The foundation itself is beautiful, but whenever I wear this, I'm not super thrilled with how my skin looks at the end of the day. I don't know what it is. I've been trying to wear it more often to make sure that it's not just some weird complex I have with Dior, because I did tell you guys that the other foundations from Dior oxidize so badly that I automatically expect to dislike this foundation. It doesn't oxidize as badly as the ones from the other ranges. Yeah, and the packaging is just so stunning. I mean, it hurts to think of letting this go because it's just beautiful. Like, it's just beautiful. But anyway, I'm gonna hold on to that just for a little while longer. Nothing from the finishing powder category will go. I like all of my finishing powders, concealers, and primers. This is actually a sunscreen and primer in one. It's from Nude Sticks. I would not purchase this again because the amount that you have to apply to get the actual SPF 30 is more than I like to apply for a primer. So if I'm putting this on as a primer, I feel like I don't want to put as much as I normally would apply sunscreen, so it doesn't really double as a primer and sunscreen. It's fine, I'll use it up, but I would not repurchase that. This is my MAC primer. I still haven't decided if I care for it or not, like if I prefer my makeup with or without it. Still haven't figured that out. As for other concealers, honestly, they're all pretty good. I just went through and did a declutter of these. None of them really need to go. I still need to try the Huda Beauty because I feel like it's too light, but I have not been testing it out, so I need to test it. I'm going to put it at the top so I remember to use it. But as of now, nothing in the concealer category is going to go. This category here, this is eyebrow mascara finishing sprays. My daughter borrowed my Too Faced, by the way, if you're wondering where my Too Faced setting spray is. My daughter borrowed it this weekend. She wanted to see if she liked it, and I don't mind at all because it's a gigantic bottle. And she did ask first. When it comes to eyeshadows, I was thinking I might sell one of my Patrick Ta's. So Makeup by Mario, definitely staying, love it and use it all the time. Tartelette in Bloom, definitely staying, love it and use it all the time. My YSL, I can't say it's a favorite. I love the packaging. I wish it had a lighter shade in here. This is the Stora Dolls from YSL, and it's gorgeous. It's a nice everyday, very easy one and done. I just use those two colors for like an everyday, and then maybe sometimes a little bit of the topper. Haven't gone into the dark brown yet, but I do wish it had a lighter shade, even like something closer to white for like an all over the lid. That's the only thing it's missing, but it's beautiful and the packaging is beautiful. I can't fault it. It's very pretty. If I ever get rid of this, I'll probably give it to my mom. My mom would love that. Naked Urban Decay. I really like the Naked Urban Decay. However, I have voiced to you guys that I do wish that they had the virgin color there. I wish the virgin color at the very end was bigger because I am going through that faster than any other color. And it's just really a shame that I will eventually hit pan on that and still have the majority of the rest of the palette left unused. So I would not repurchase this again. It is beautiful, but I feel like a lot of the palette is going to go to waste. And because I'm so fair-skinned and I don't usually do like a dark smoky eye, these colors are not going to get used, like the last 5 colors. These ones, yes, but those ones, no. So it's kind of like, it's kind of a waste, but anyway, nice palette though when I do reach for it. I've got my 2 Patrick Ta. I've got my Major Dimension. and Major Dimension 3. All right, so these are the Major Dimension. This is the Major Dimension. This is the first one that he came out with. And then this is the Major Dimension 3, which is the matte neutrals. I love this palette. I love the matte neutrals. I have used it actually quite a lot. I've taken a bit of a break from it lately because I've been reaching more for my Mario and my Tartelette. Again, I will not use the darkest colors, the darkest shades, so it will be a little bit wasteful, but I will definitely and have used all of those shades. Again, I wish that they would have made the lightest shades bigger because I'm going to hit pan on the 2 lightest shades long before the other ones, and then I'm not going to have a light shade. But I really like this palette, and the formula is beautiful. It's a very easy to work with, like easy reach. This is the one I was thinking about selling. This is just the original Major Dimension. It's very pretty. It's very, very pretty. I don't know. Maybe it's too new to me. I've barely touched it. I've dipped into the 4 colors on the end, and I think maybe a little bit this one here, and that's it. So I'm not sure what I'm doing with this yet. I'm really not sure. I haven't even touched the creams. I've never touched those. When I got it, this one I do believe fell out. It had fallen out, so I super glued it in there, so it is super glued. It's pretty. I don't know. I don't reach for it nearly as much as my... Yeah, I don't reach for it. I don't reach for it as much as my other Patrick Ta. I just simply do not. And this is quite a pricey palette, and I could probably get a pretty decent amount of money for it. Like when I'm looking at it now, I think this is so gorgeous and I should keep it. But realistically, I tell myself, yeah, but Alithia, you don't reach for it. Like I got this back in December. I have not reached for it once to do a makeup look. Maybe tonight I'll try it out. If I'll come back and update you guys, because I just want to try it. It is very new to me. Yeah. But again, I feel like it's going to be very wasteful because I am going to probably use only those 6, and then these are going to not be used. So I'm like, do I want to sell it now that it's barely touched? Put it on Poshmark. I could probably get a decent amount of money for it, considering I use all those ones a lot, all the time. Like I reach for those all the time. So I will update you guys in the future if I ended up keeping this or not. At this point in time, I'm really not certain. Also, like it's nice to have some of these shimmery tones, which is why I wanted it. I wanted it for like the shimmery tones and the toppers, but because I don't use the darker shimmery, I'm left with those 2 shimmery tones, which one is like a champagne shimmer and the other one is like a golden, like a golden orangey kind of topper. It's pretty, but yeah, I'll update you guys. So that's it for this drawer. I guess nothing's getting decluttered from that drawer. I was hoping I could be a little bit more ruthless, but that's just what happens when you truthfully like everything you have, you know? It's just a shame that a lot of it will go bad before I do get a chance to use it all. But that's why, again, this is why I'm doing a makeup no buy. Like I was gonna say no buy, low buy, but I really have no lust or desire to get any makeup at all. I have enough. I want to use what I have. It would be a very, very rare occasion if I would make an exception for this. Here we have lipsticks. I pulled out one of my drawers of lipstick, this one here, because I have numerous warm reds, like coral reds, and I'm going to try them on, try them all on tonight and see which ones I want to keep and which ones I don't. Because although I like them all, I already reach for a red so rarely that I just definitely don't need all of such a similar color. So I will update you, but those are all my MAC lipsticks that I am keeping for now. I really like all of those. And then I have the 2 from the nudes, the new nudes collection. I've got Flesh Pot and Acting Natural. If you guys want to see a more in-depth makeup declutter, that was up on my beauty channel, I do believe. And then nothing in here is getting decluttered. This is all just backups and beauty tools and stuff like that. So that's it for tonight's further makeup culling curating video. I wasn't very ruthless, but I don't want to be like super hasty and tell myself, okay, you're going to cut this in half and you're going to get rid of 50%, because I know what happens when I do that is that I'll think about something I miss or something I wished I wouldn't have decluttered, and I will want to purchase it again. Unfortunately, especially with foundations, although I will not wear all of these before they go bad, I truthfully love so many of the foundations in this drawer. Like there isn't a single one that I would want to like not use again. I like them all at this point in time, except for the Dior something about that color is like a little off. But yeah, it's like maybe not cool enough for me or something. It's a neutral, but maybe it's not cool enough. But yeah, I truthfully like would not want to part ways with any of them. So, but that again is why I'm on a low buy, no buy, because I just don't need anymore. This one was kind of I happened to be at Walmart and I saw it and I knew it was brand new and I just really wanted to try it because I have really dry skin and I thought it might be nice, and it wasn't very expensive, but I am on a low buy, no buy. This one and the L'Oreal True Match are the only foundations I have purchased, and the Laura Mercier. So there you go. I bought 3 foundations in January within the first like 3 weeks of January, 2 weeks. I don't need any more. Like, nobody needs to buy even 3 foundations in a month. That's just ludicrous. It didn't seem like a lot to me considering I bought most of these last year. So this didn't feel like a lot, but it is. It's too many, and yeah. So yeah, you see, that's one of the rationalizations I was doing. I was like, oh, it's not that much. Oh, it's just one more little foundation. It's not like I'm buying 7 of them. Yeah, but when you buy like a new one every other week, yeah, it gets to add up. So anyway, so the only products I'm getting rid of today is 2 blushes, my Nude Sticks blush, one of my infallible blushes, just because I just don't think I'm going to reach for it. The Tear because it's a little bit drying and maybe not the best shade match for me. And I'm probably going to sell my Patrick Ta Major Dimension because although it's beautiful, again, I don't reach for it. So, but I'm going to try it again tonight just to see how I for sure feel about it before I make that final decision. But I think that's it for tonight's video, you guys. I'm going to wrap it up. I do actually have a little bit of a sore throat and I really need to get some sleep, but I just wanted to make this video for you guys. So I hope that you enjoyed.